Hey everybody, it's James, Rattlesnake Defense, out here in the afternoon in the woods to talk to you about a military armament corp MAC9. Now, back in my day, son, MAC9 meant something different, but today we're going to see if this poor man's 2011's up to snuff or if it's just another thing. Stand by. All right, so here we are. I got a new MAC9 in the box, military armament corp, 9mm first look. I haven't fired this. For anybody that's new to my channel, I kind of cold shoot this. I don't look them up. I don't want to research them. I don't want to know. I want to review it and tell you what I honestly think. So if you're looking for the beautiful video with the awesome cuts and the music, this is not it. We're just doing some rudimentary testing in the field, and you get to hear my opinion on it. So that being said, military armament corp, I don't know anything about. I've seen some of their products, but I've never actually shot any of them, so I don't have a bias either way on that. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of 2011s. Please don't roast me for this, but I think that a 1911 should be single stack of the Lord's caliber of 45 ACP. But we're going to give it a go. All right, so first of all, build quality seems great. It is kind of a plasticky grip. Nothing serious there. I mean, the sights are fine. Action feels fine. I do actually like the heavy barrel on this. That's a plus. Safety's good. Flat trigger. Grip feels all right. Trigger's a little heavy for a 2011. I feel like if you spend more, you're going to get a better trigger. I'll have to look up. I don't know about these magazines. It maybe says Thesis. So this may be like some kind of proprietary magazine for like some of the Turkish imports. But nice little case. Couple mags. Displays well. I mean, but the main thing is this thing it's cheap. This gun was $6.99. So accessory rail locks up good. Mag release seems to work fine. I got no, other than the trigger being a little strong, little heavy, I got no beefs with the pistol right out of the box. But that's only part of the story. The main thing is whether or not it'll actually shoot. So let's go do that. All right, got a loaded mag here, a little oil, checked it, cleaned it. I did complain about the grips feeling plasticky, which is true, but I gotta be honest, this thing looks great. The fit and finish for what I was expecting, I don't know what I expected. Let me get a good shot here. This actually looks really nice. I gotta give it to him there. No complaints on the finish. It looks like a much more expensive pistol than it is, but looks is only part of it. The main thing is will it actually shoot like it's supposed to? Let's see. That hard trigger pull is a little hard for me to account for. I'm gonna have to shoot a little bit more to get used to it. But I know I pulled a couple of those. But I mean, the recoil and everything's fine. My only gripe right now is the trigger. I got a target set up out here. Let's see what we can do. All right, about 10 yards. You got the target set up there. You can see it. I'm gonna try to get past the trigger stuff here and shoot this well. See how the gun shoots. All right, so that's a 10-shot group. I can see the vast majority are right here in one kind of ragged hole. I got 1, 2, 3, outside of it, one dead center. So that's actually punching way outside of its weight class as far as pistols that I've tested that shoot really good. And that's just with Winchester 115. It's nothing special. Let's test some more. Just for the record, while I got you for a second, if you want just a basic, simple Kydex holster, nothing fancy or too terribly expensive, this is literally my carry gun. This is a CYA holster, American made, very simple Kydex holster. I wouldn't recommend it, but I've actually had one of these on my side. It's my everyday carry gun for the last few weeks. And other than this SIG fuse kind of rubbing my fat love handle a little bit, which is not the holster's fault, that's the only issue I have. So if you want just a little simple holster, check the description. There'll be a link. It helps me out a little bit if you buy one. If you don't, that's cool too. I appreciate you guys for watching. All right. So I have put 5-6 boxes of ammo through this, plus some hollow points. I did run some hollow points just to make sure they would run. I've had issues with some guns like that before that wouldn't. This seems to run everything fine. I've had 0 issues, 0 hangups, and from what I can tell, if you take your time with proper fundamentals and good trigger pull, this gun will reward you with accuracy 10 out of 10 times. Now, because of the trigger, if you get sloppy or anticipate the recoil or doing that stuff, it seems like it wants to punish you really bad. So it's not, I'm not gonna say it's like the easiest gun I've ever shot to shoot. And that comes down to the individual, all right? I can only review the one I have here. Each experience may be different. Keep that in mind. But this one is a gem. I'm actually super happy with it. I thought I would hate this, like I said, this plasticky kind of feeling grip. Once you're firing it, you don't notice it at all. The textures and everything feel good. The controls, I mean, it's a 1911, so the controls are exactly where I think they should be. My only real beef is that it's for a single action only gun. The trigger pull's too heavy. So if you want to put optics on it, put some optics on it if you wanted to. But I'm thinking pick this up, get an aftermarket trigger for it, and this thing might be one of the sweetest guns you got as far as how well it shoots. Again, I can only review the one I got, but this one has been, every time I've slowed down and taken my time to take the shot and tried to take into account the heavier trigger pull, it has rewarded me with my shot being exactly where it's supposed to be. Recoil and everything like that, the feel and all that's right on track. If you like 2011s, I really think you shouldn't look over this gun. I know I know that you want a nicer gun. I know that you want a higher end gun, a big name. And I got some of those I'm working on right now, you know, but just because it's expensive doesn't necessarily make it better. As somebody who's sold guns for 20 years, I can tell you that just because you spend a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the best product. Now, you can get too cheap, sure. But at $700, this gun's not exactly cheap. You know, I know it's a poor 2011 because 2011s can be $25, $35, $45, $7,500, which is probably ridiculous. I mean, even the Springfield Prodigy costs almost twice as much as this gun. And I fired the Prodigy. I'm not impressed. I actually like this better than the Prodigy and a lot of the 2011s I've shot. Again, I'm not a 2011 guy. I think they should be single stack the way John Moses Browning invented. But don't let this one pass you up. If this is your cup of tea, then you probably need to do yourself a favor and check this thing out. I come up here completely ready to dislike it entirely, or to jam or have some kind of issue because, you know, I don't know anything about military arms. I'm going to assume this thing, you know, it's probably a Turkish made gun. Please don't hold me to that if I'm wrong. No, based on the serial number, it's 100% Turkish made. So, I mean, it's an imported Turkey gun. It's a clone. But again, just because it's a clone doesn't mean it's terrible. This thing actually performs really well. I remember bad-mouthing Canik many moons ago, thinking that there's no way this $300 gun could shoot straight. Well, sometimes you're wrong. So whatever biases you have, whatever ego you have about guns and how much you need to spend and brand names and stuff, just try it. And, you know, if I'm wrong, then I apologize. But this one right here has been exactly what you'd expect for 2011, save for the trigger. But that can be corrected. You know, I'm the first guy in the world to say you shouldn't have to buy a brand new gun and take the trigger out and swap it out. But that's the caveat I've given you with this. I think if you put a better trigger in it, it'd be awesome. The sights are good, exactly what you'd expect. It's got the little bit of a crowned muzzle, and it seems to be very consistent, accurate. I've tried supersonic, subsonics, heavier bullets, hollow points, everything else through it just to see if it has any issues with any of them, and it hasn't. So bottom line, it's a cheap for a 2011 reliable, accurate gun that doesn't have a brand name. If that's something you think you like, then absolutely let this one, you know, take a look at this. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. I appreciate you watching.